Hi everyone, hope you've had a great Christmas and a happy new year. First things first is I want to do a shout out. Sean Connors has got a Facebook page group, the DM Survival Guide. He's putting at least once a week videos up, really great stuff that gives you tips and advice to do with GMing and all sorts of stuff related to that and loads else. Well worth having a watch. What this video is about actually Sean's inspired me to do a video tonight because I haven't done one in a while. So I was just having to think of myself literally just now. And that's what my 3 strengths as a GM, what are they exactly? So I thought I'd do a video on it, and also will include 1 or 2 things that I feel I need work on. One of the first things I would say for me as a GM is I've got really good comic timing. I'm really good with the comedy side of things to do with role-playing games. Definitely with that. Over the years, I've done some really brilliant stuff. From one of my earliest ones, a half-troll trader, just for the fun of it. To just all sorts of stuff, and I thoroughly enjoy the odd bit of humour. I can be really serious as a GM as well and do some dramatic, serious stuff, but also I can be pretty comical, pretty funny within my games. That would be my first thing. The second thing is I do feel that I'm pretty good when it comes to the player characters themselves, coming up with some memorable characters. Definitely with my previous campaign never actually got to finish, so I'm doing a restart. I did literally a number of characters. One was a parrot that was a comic relief more so than anything else, which is pretty funny. Also, I had pretty much an assassin character that was pretty 3-dimensional character. I had a good backstory to this character, and yeah, those sort of characters, I'm fairly good at, creating definitely some really memorable characters, more so as a GM than a player, because, I prefer being a GM to a player, even though I can do pretty memorable player characters as well, and I do feel I'm getting better at being a player, because now because I haven't run in a while. I've been a player for a fair bit of time now, and I'm getting better at that. And I think I just needed that break, because you can suffer a little bit of burnout, and now I'm chomping at the bit to get back to it, which I will be doing at the end of the month. But as a player, I can produce some memorable stuff as well. So that is 2. The third one, let me think. I've got to really think on this one, because the third one for me would be, I think I'm pretty fair as a GM. To be honest, I do consider everything, and yeah, I'm pretty fair. I mean, I'm not too harsh as a GM, and maybe at times actually, and that's one of the weaknesses I need to work. Maybe I'm a little bit too easy, or maybe a little bit too easy going and laid back with the group at times. So yeah, those are my three. Also, good at. I think my judgment calls overall are pretty good, actually, definitely. So things that need working on. Definitely when it comes to constructing stories, at times I do struggle a bit. Definitely do need to plan them out better, and I believe one of the tips is doing a flow chart and stuff like that, which would help a great deal. And it's actually getting it to maintain a campaign. So I'm starting at first level right the way to 20th level if it's something like D&D, if it's other games. It's the case of I want to, from start to finish a complete campaign. And I usually struggle. I get to a point where and I get stuck, and I just don't know what to do. Don't know how to progress things further. I probably could have done progress things further with the previous Pathfinder campaign, with the people turning into the whole village was turned into wolves. And all that was resolved, and it actually ended quite a nice sweet spot where I could have come back to, and I could have continued with it, and that was the plan initially. And then we got into started playing 5th edition, and did a few one-offs, and then I took a break in that, and just last few months I decided to really wanting to run again. And then I gave them an option, which Pathfinder 5th Ed, if it's going to be D&D, if it's going to be a full campaign, which one would they want to go for, and they've gone for Pathfinder, and I'm fine with that. I mean, I've got the 2 books that I'm going to use, which is actually, well, I might be using the that one, the Inner Seagar guide, but I do have the Ultimate Campaign Guide. Probably be using that, and just the core rule book. I think no more than that, to be honest. So that's the thing that I really want to work on. I'll work on maintaining and carrying on with a campaign all the way from start to the finish. I also know I must get myself a something to write some notes down on, something that I've got so I can keep, because I need to make more notes as well for the game, so I've got it all there rather than the odd bit of notes on a scrap bit of paper. I need to get that bit better organised with that. So a lot of it I can keep a fair bit of it in my head as well, but I'd like to be able to get that better, definitely, so I know where I'm at, especially if I do end up having a bit of a break, I can easily get back into it. It's choosing those points where you know that you can leave it for a while. So what I have decided also, I can't remember if I said in previous ones recently, I'm going to break it up to four parts to this campaign. So levels 1 to 5, then I'll have a break, levels 5 to 10, and go like that for Pathfinder, and just see how things go. I might probably use a few published adventures and some stuff of my own. I've got definitely some good ideas coming up, using some of the stuff from the previous campaign as well, but I'll be making a fair few changes, so I don't know what's coming up next, but which should be good. I'm looking forward to GMing again, because I've been itching to play for actually the last 6 months. At least 6 months I've been wanting to run a game, so that definitely would like to do that. And actually I do want to incorporate the odd nothing major, just the odd minor prop now and then. Definitely, and I think we'll probably end up, because I'm one of the because one of my main focuses with this channel is my miniature painting, because I'm really good at that. I like to at least give everyone a miniature for them to use as their character, and I'll give them options if they want to paint them themselves, that's fine, but I'd like to paint one up and give it to one for each person, and start using some maps and stuff, you know, the white boards I can wipe away and stuff, that help me as well. So yeah, those are my pretty much a few of my strengths. A few of the things I do need working on, definitely. It's the only other problem with me to do with the GMing and that, because I suffer from very bad depression as well, and because of the stuff that happens in the past, you know, I had a toxic player and stuff like that. Those things you shouldn't let seep into, you know, things, you know, when you're GMing, but that still affects me as a GM and as a player, because it was so bad back then. But luckily I've got honestly a really great group, and they really are wonderful. I mean, I can't get much of a better solid group than I've got at the moment. So yeah, they are really wonderful. But yeah, my depression does get in the way somewhat, and it really can be a pain. But I do find, you know, when you're GMing and stuff, that it will relaxes you, and you just forget about everything, and all the problems and everything. All that is, you know, because that's what you should do. You leave it at the door, and it can be really great. Also, you know, when you're really in a bad one, it can seep in, and it can affect you. When you get into that sort of like real major dip, it's always best to say, hey guys, can somebody else run, or can we do something else just for the next couple of weeks, just so I pick myself up, and then when you do, just carry on. I think that something like that's the best thing to do. Anyway, I have rambled on enough. This video has been inspired by Sean Connor's stuff that he's been doing lately. Anyway, thanks for watching. Oh, just before I go, this year I'll be on YouTube for it'll be my 7th year. I am not too far away from my 500th video. I'd like to do a special one, so Google Hangout. I might even run some on my 500th, I'm not sure. Yeah, also I am considering, you know, this year being my final year. I haven't made a decision yet on it, but it's been I've been here since 2010. I mean, it has been a long time producing videos quite regularly, even though I've slowed down quite a bit this last year. I'm still doing pretty much 1 or 2 a month still at the moment, so it might be my last one. I might carry on at least, you know, and do a few more years. I'll just see how I feel. But I haven't got quite the enthusiasm with it than I did, you know, 3 or 4 years ago. That's just fact. And other things are getting in the way in that, but I'll see how things go, and just see how I feel later in the year. Anyway, thanks for watching. Till next time.